is there a hadith where Aisha first met to her when her hair's been short and she looked like a boy? I'm not sure, Tanky. I've not come across such a hadith myself yet, but I just obviously know Muhammad saw her when she was literally like a baby, still being cradled, like as a newborn would be. And obviously, he said that he had a dream in which Allah told him that she should be his wife. And the reason that I think that she might not have been the only one is because there is another instance mentioned when Muhammad actually says this about another baby that he's seen, but thankfully he died before she grew up, because his exact words, as per this source, is, I will marry her when she grows up. And I think that's like, at least he was letting her grow up a little bit, because I mean, Aisha was married to him at 6 anyway. So I think that's what he means when he says when she grows up, was literally just to mean 6, like Aisha's age. So it's not even grown up by any stretch of the imagination, right? So it's already like just morally reprehensible. But yeah, that's why I think he had this weird thing when he would see a baby, he wouldn't be afraid to be like, she'll be my wife when she's older. So yeah, she got I know she got very lucky. He died. I'm so grateful. Imagine another Aisha in the mix. Like, Islam is bad enough. Like, when we fight back and we just talk about Aisha's age and the marriage, it's bad enough. Imagine if there was another Aisha in the making. Thanks again. I mean, there are women who have actually done their bit eventually, because thanks to the Jewish woman that poisoned him, and whether it was additional wives or whether it was just the cumulative effect of the poison from that Jewish woman, the point is Muhammad died when he died. And it was again interesting that a Jewish woman is responsible for Muhammad's death. Like, how does that make Islam sound, that God's chosen messenger dies at the hands of a Jewish, so like already in like more of an infidel woman, because she's not Muslim, and he died by poison, which God couldn't save him from. But yeah, also there's like, that's interesting, because the Islamic position on, in some schools of thought, say that if you die at the hands of a woman, you will not enter heaven. So I love that, because it's like Islam is so up itself with this male entitlement and like alpha male, like hyper toxic masculinity, that they think dying at the hands of a woman is so incomprehensible and so messed up that you should not be allowed to enter heaven, because how did you manage to die at the hands of, you didn't get that woman in check, she managed to do that. But Muhammad died at the hands of either that Jewish woman who poisoned him, or some of his wives that collectively added to poisoning him, because it's not hard to imagine there were times when they were like, you know what, enough is enough with this guy. We're talking about cumulative abuse and like coercive control. We see in the hadith, we see these issues where the wives are getting jealous, as one would. Like, sexual jealousy is absolutely normal. If your husband's out here with multiple wives and then sex slaves, it's gonna, like, you're gonna think like, well, what's going on? When Aisha seen him and said, your Lord hastens to fulfill your desires, when other wives have said, fine, I'll give up my night, just don't divorce me, and you can spend that night with Hafsa, or when he's been caught cheating, Maria Kiptia, like, there are so many potential opportunities for like the domestic cohesion to just unravel. So it's not hard to imagine that women had a huge hand in Muhammad's demise. And I love the fact that in some way there, they took a little bit of power back, because if that Islamic logic is accurate, that you will not enter paradise if you die at the hands of a woman, then tough luck, Muhammad. Even your Allah couldn't save you. So yes, he's saying in Ibn Ishaq's 8th century biography of Muhammad, it doesn't portray the caravan raids as necessary action in war, but rather the cause of war, nor does it portray it as subsistence thievery. Exactly. Yeah, no, that's very true. But rather the call, exactly. Yeah, because also this is what, when I heard of how Islam spread, and you think of it from a Muslim perspective, then even when you look into the sources, still with the Muslim mindset, you would try and say, no, like, Muhammad's causes were still more defensive. And like, I heard a Muslim say the other day, well, of course they were going to react. Imagine if you've stolen something from someone. So basically, this is the thing. So if Muslims have stolen something from an aggressive caravan raid, and then those people come to take their things back, Muslims were saying to that, well, of course, they're coming to like take our things. Those aren't your things to begin with. Okay, so that logic does not apply. They're coming to take back what you stole from them. But it's really weird, the justifications in the Muslim mind, and how when you just start calling it what it is, when you say like looting caravans, raping, pillaging, that's kind of more what it was. Like you would just do that when, any new, like especially what they say about this trade route, if all of these, new kind of stories and people and traders were coming in. Muhammad was after that war booty, like the way they would divide it amongst themselves, the way that they would so casually say, we took captives, we did this, we did that. Yeah. But yeah, thank you. Stop scamming, man.
If you like these videos and want to support me in my activism, then you can support me on Patreon or PayPal. Stay free, everyone.